Today, I'm going to take you alongside me through an entire day of my live day trading. So I'm going to show you inside the indicators and strategy that I use, and then the real-time thought process behind all of my executions, so you can basically watch and learn from my trading throughout the session. Because it's important to understand, as much as we have our daily targets as traders, I'm going to be focusing on risk management and executing my strategy, and if all goes to plan, we should be able to hit that daily goal. So it's about 9 o'clock right now. I'm going to show you how I do my pre-market scanning, set up my entire desk for my session, and then as 9:30 opens, we're going to look for trade number 1 and start our day. Alright, so it's about 9:15 right now. First thing that I'm doing when I'm setting up my trading session is, first of all, my desk setup. So I have trading view here, exchange here, trade journal here. On the other side, I have a macro view of Bitcoin, which, considering I'm trading crypto today, I want to be able to see the entire market throughout the whole thing. Next thing that I'm doing is doing my multi-time frame analysis to get an idea of where the market could be moving for the day. So you'll see I've done a few things here. Firstly, I've observed on Bitcoin, considering Bitcoin is going to drive sort of how the whole other market moves. I've observed that on a daily time frame, we've had contact here, 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 and now we've reached down to that parallel level over here. We're starting to get momentum. We have resistance here. So if we get a big resistance push, I'll sort of want to let these trades have momentum to the downside. If price wants to get some momentum, okay, I've identified 2 key resistance areas off of these points and these points, which could allow price to kind of trail up back to 97 before getting any resistance. And this area, price comes back down to about 89, is going to be a massive area for potential flip in price and support to the upside. So I can use these as gauges of important areas when I'm placing day trades to have an idea of what's going on a broader scale. So that's going to be put over on the other side. What I'm going to do now is go over to my Solana chart and do the same thing. And what I'm seeing on a daily perspective is basically we have 2 similar trend levels off of this level and this level. Potential resistance if price runs up back at 177 on the underside of this area. Okay, that would be a big run on Sol. What I'm also noticing is that we have this level, big push underneath it, heavy resistance, contact point here, contact point here. Price is now run into this area and is getting resistance. This is our previous day high level as well as the intersection of that trend level. So I wouldn't be surprised Solana gets some bearish momentum out of the gate here. So it's either going to be that Solana is going to probably trade back down to 133 in between this area, or it's going to break this trend level, use this as support, and then we can play it to the upside to this area. But now we have our macro views and we can really let these trades run in conjunction with the way we see the market moving on a larger time frame. So we have our macro analysis done. So I'm going to move that analysis over onto my other monitor here, make it only visible on a larger time frame so it doesn't get distracting with my day trading. Okay, so now what I'm doing is moving down to a 1-minute time frame. It's about 20 minutes until the New York Open. What I want to do is see any sort of significant momentum outside of this gray area to pop up. So basically my attempt for the day is to find what are called bullish fair value gaps, which I'll explain to you as I'm trading. And what I'm trying to do is find trend breaks into these with other layers of indicators and confluences to be able to time midpoint entries. So in the middle of these fair value gaps to play into reversals. So if we have price coming down, making a change of character, coming into the midpoint of the fair value gap, I'll place an entry as long as the other criteria is there and the analysis agrees. And then I'll try to play off moves like that in position size to hopefully be able to do well on the day. So what I've done is also identified these key areas here. So what I would love to see is either price break underneath this one or over this one in order to have some sort of conviction of the direction of the day. And then I'm going to start looking for specific setup. So this area here, if I can get a light jump start on the session, I'm going to go for it. So I'm going to go ahead and put an order in here. So I got a little bit late of a fill here. I want to get a head start going into 9:30, see if we can get a break up in price action. I already think that Bitcoin could have some momentum today anyways. So what I'm doing is placing my stop loss underneath this fair value gap area. And if we can break out of this trend level and start moving up, I want to take advantage of that move hot out of the gate. We started getting consolidation in a positive response off of this fair value gap. I'm in a little late and I didn't really optimize with the fees. So not the hottest execution out of the gate, but hopefully it can pay off here. Yeah, looks like we're going to get stopped out of this trade, so that's okay because I have a switched bias here where we can actually take a position. So we're out for a contained loss, totally fine. I'm going to journal that here in a second here, but I do want to be able to play into this secondary move here. So what we have is heavy resistance into this point and a fair value gap into this daily level of resistance. So I'm going to go ahead and set up a short position right here. This is a really, really good entry, and hopefully we'll be able to play to the downside. It's crazy price action right now. What I'm waiting for now is for this low level to be able to break. So into that daily level again, we have a push down underneath our critical level. We didn't have a candle close yet. So what I want to see is this level break underneath. I'm coming all the way back up. I'm just going to shut my mouth and let this trade play out for a sec. Looks like a bullish day now. So we're out for another full loss. So 2 back-to-back losses out the gate. So now we're going to regroup, and I'm going to make sure that I'm very selective about the next trade that I take. All right, so kind of a bad start to the day. I'm down a little bit more than what I wanted. We finally got some weakness here in Solana. We failed to break over this high level, formed this trend level, and now we broke with a pretty significant fair value gap underneath this area where we've had support, push down as resistance. So hoping to get a push underneath these lows, in which case I think the market can sort of continue to sell off here. If we look on our other time frame, we responded off of this sort of more macro trend level, had resistance here off of this band, and now we could potentially be making a bigger move down into this space down to like the 133 area, in which case that 133 could be able to yield quite the position if we are to sort of let this run. So now I'm just basically focusing on right now. All right, so what I've done is reduce my risk down to break even. If Solana wants to continue to run off for the rest of the session, I want to be able to capture that move. If we come back up and are just chopping sideways, I want to be out for break even here. And I'm just going to look for a trade a little bit later on in the day. No need to hang out in the sideways chop. I'm not going to get any momentum in our direction. But right now we have a risk-free trade, so we'll still be able to take another trade after this trade, even if it comes back to stop us out for break even. I have a 3-trade rule where basically if I lose 3 net R for the day, I have to be done. So hopefully we're able to secure at least a partial profit on this and still be able to trade for the rest of the session. So right now I'm just going to get some deep work done while I let the trades run, and we're going to technically use that. All right, so I'm going to take partials off here, secure some profit in. So I locked in 1200 sort of at this consolidation low here. I just don't want this to kind of come down and then come all the way back up. So what I'll do now is walk my stop loss also a little bit into profit. So now it's either this trade works out, continues to move down like crazy, or we have locked in a little bit of profit. But you can see on our larger time frame, this is the position that we're running, and sort of on a 15-minute time frame, we just are coming down to test these levels. And once we sweep this level, we could retest the previous day low. Now, if we test the previous day low down at 137.7, that has the potential to really move down substantially. That would be 14 or 15 R, right? So I just really want to let this breathe and sort of just gradually follow this trade down. Moving my stop loss basically just outside of this swing point here into this resistance. If we want to continue to move down, I want to fade it all day. But if this is going to come up, then we're just going to get out of the trade. It's going to be smaller, obviously, than we were hoping for. But we already have 1200 locked in. So just hoping to be able to let this one breathe a little bit. I reduced position a little bit here as well. Now that we're reclaiming this lower area, technically I should be out of this trade already. But I'm just holding because I want to see if we can have this pull down a little bit. So I have a little bit left on the table. I'm just sort of reducing the risk here to about another 1,000. All right, remainder got filled there. Again, so we almost locked in 3,000. What I'm looking at in general, like I said, is on our multi-time frame, right? We have this low, and price just hit this low. All right, so I took off almost all of the positions. So we already have 3K locked in. I want to see if this can just dump off, like I said, to the previous day low. So I'm just going to keep walking my stop loss down and see if we can actually break underneath this level and just trying to extract more and more from this position. But I don't want to leave too much on the table in case this is to whiplash back up. So I'm going to move my stop loss now even further into profit for the remaining position. If this doesn't react off the underside of this trend and continues moving up, I want out of the trade. It's taking too long. But if it goes, let's keep trailing it. So I took that trade off here. Maybe we continue moving down lower, but it's just time to be out. Not the best start to the day. We had 2 heavy losses, kind of crazy price action out of the gate. Was able to extract about 38, almost 4,000 on this. We should be able to get up to 7, which is our target. So we need to have a few more really solid trades for the day. I have to get in a meeting, and then I'm going to look for trade number 4 after this, see if we can find any other juicy trades. Check this out. So price did end up responding off of that underside and then dropping all the way down, you can see, to the previous day low. Now this just sort of goes to show you the requirement of patience. I had a meeting that I had to make it to, so I was like, okay, this is taking me so long, I'm gonna get out here. But had I have been up on the day a little bit more, like I took 2 losses, I wanna make sure I was securing profits along the way, I would have been able to extract 16 risk factors. So as you can see, I'm keeping my risk really contained and I'm letting my winners run. Obviously, things come up in the day. This trade took really, really long, but the analysis is still there and the concept is still there too. We're still able to extract around 4 risk factors out of this trade. So game plan right now that we've hit that previous day low, I want to analyze this trend, try to play to the upside if possible, see if we can get into another trade before I hit the gym. Okay, so sort of waited for Solana to try to break a trend level here. What I'm looking at is we effectively may have what I like to look at as Elliott wave theory. So 1, 2, 3, 4 waves down to 5, where we have a 361.8 contact point, and we can kind of predict that we could get a potential move back up to either this level, which is the low of 4, or at least if I scroll out here and go from this low down to this low, where price kind of hasn't migrated back up to, I wouldn't be surprised for it to come up and at least make contact with the underside of this level, especially considering it's come and tagged the overside of here. I have a bullish fair value gap that was filled, so I do have a long position here. I'm going to try to walk my risk in pretty quickly here after this, so hopefully we get a nice little push up and can get up to this area. I'll start taking some off the table and we'll be good. All right, yeah, so it was a bit of a gamble here because effectively what I was looking for was for this more steep trend to have broken with a retest on this candle, and then we basically failed that and responded off of our previous level. So it's okay. This is a net loss, which effectively brings us to break even on the day. So still kind of combating that back. But if we're able to break over this trend level and get a nice area to enter the market, we only really need 1 trade to kind of work out to be up near our goal. So it's basically about staying in the game and making sure that we take proper, good quality trade setup. So that's what I'm going to focus on. I'm going to journal this and then see where this sort of move goes. If we can break to the upside, I'll play to the upside. If it wants to break to the downside, we can continue trading this to the downside. All right, I've been waiting a long time for this move. I have an order put in. I switched over to Ethereum. I've basically just been stalking this level to wait for a high impact area. Okay, we have these resistance points here, support, flipped resistance, heavy area in here. I'm hoping price can pull back in, fill that inefficiency and continue moving higher. All my other indicators are agreeing. This area is primed to fill and then continue moving higher. So I'm gonna see if we can get in filled now and see if we can get a nice push on trade number 5 here. All right, and we're in. All I'm doing is waiting for this to breach that high level now. All right, so we're in trade number 5, very much still in limbo, so we don't know exactly what's gonna go on. I've been waiting for that area for a long time, finally moving up off of it. We're up about 700. So in the meantime, while this runs, I'm going to monitor it on my phone and go hit a quick lift, go grab some dinner. Hopefully this continues moving up for the rest of the session. We're able to get a few risk factors out of this and end up on the day. Either way, I'm working at the desk tonight, so I'll be letting trades kind of run in the background and we're gonna see what we can get to. But like I said, hopefully this trade can move. The biggest thing so far for the day has just been making sure that I'm staying consistent and that I am not blowing up. I'm just allowing for the trades that eventually will come without blowing up or taking too many trades or taking wishy-washy trades. Really want to wait for actionable periods in the market. Sometimes it's going to be a good day, sometimes it's going to be a bad day. It's also difficult while you're filming, but the nature of the beast while I'm creating videos and stuff. So anyways, let's see if we can come out on top. We've been pretty good sniping areas, so we'll see how good we really are. All right, so I was debating between going for a Solana long and an Ethereum long, and I ended up just taking both of them. So I'm going to go ahead and reduce my Solana position to break even. So I have a risk-free trade on this trade, and the reason I'm doing that is because we pushed significantly enough over that high for me to not want to give it any wiggle room, and I want to eliminate some of the risk on the table. But we do have two of these sort of running, so we'll see if we can get any serious momentum. And I'm just going to get sort of cleaned up, ready to get into my evening work session. It's actually so crazy how many times trades will come almost back down to your entry and look completely hopeless, and then immediately just reverse back and shoot up. Like I was like, oh, both these trades are going to get stopped out, and now they're like ripping highs like minutes later. It happens a lot more than you'd think. We're up almost 4,000 now on the day. So yeah, I have no problem holding these trades. The only problem is I don't want to be sitting here all day and then not make money. So it's tempting because we're sitting on almost 6 risk factors. So it's like, that's the day. But this is where you have to kind of let your trades run. It's the mental game of trading. I want to let my edge play out. I'm going to take half off. So I close out about half of each. So we got about 2.2 risk factors closed in and locked in, and the rest are going to be at the profit targets. Out of Sol on that one. Pushing up higher now on ETH here. I'm going to sort of walk my stop loss up. I'm not going to sit through this. That's a good level to knock. That's like the level it's probably going to bounce at. Anyways, whatever. I just realized that a little too late. Really, really good trades. All right, so let's see how much we were able to lock in total. All right, so let's see how we stacked up and ended up doing for our day. I'm just going to go over all of the trades and the ideas that I had throughout the session, just so I can guide you through sort of my whole process. Right out of the gate, this was our 9:30 open. I was trying to play a break into this trend level here. We did get a little bit of a fair value gap. Not all of my rules sort of hit. Try to take advantage of that sort of move. Came in and ended up just coming right through our stop loss pretty instantaneously. Lost 1.26 risk factors on that trade. As soon as we did get a breakdown in price action, I was trying to play into this move, also into this heavy resistance area, thinking that price may flip and just continue moving down. Came straight up, sort of whiplash through my stop loss, and I actually lost 1.44 R. So we went down 2 trades in a row right away. So I was trying to be really selective on the third trade that I took. At this point, I sort of let the market develop a little bit. I wanted to see a significant push or break out of this sort of consolidation zone. Once I saw this trend level break with this big high impact candle, all right, this is sort of my bread and butter setup here. I got short right in this candle. Price came up, reacted beautifully off, and I was able to take partials all throughout this trend. I was trying to trade down to the previous day low, which you can see was perfectly touched. Could have been 16 R. So really trying to be patient. These big moves do eventually come. I was taking profit along the way, and after all is said and done, I was able to make 3.85 risk factors back. So that effectively brought us up like 1 risk factor on the day. Once I saw the market sort of turning around, I was trying to play into this trend break again. Got long here, ended up coming back down through my stop loss. So went back down to break even at that point on the day. Then there was a bunch of sideways chop here. I was expecting off of this big push down for price to kind of retrace into this 61.8 zone and then continue moving higher. So I was sort of stalking this trend break here. I took a position on Sol and ETH actually. First one was on Solana into this high impact candle. I had all of my criteria lining up, so I was able to get long into here, played the flip, was able to get a really nice risk reward off of this trade, and was able to pull 4.48 risk factors out of that one. A similar sort of move here on Ethereum was watching this overall trend level, got our high impact candle. Once I saw that momentum, I wanted to play into that as well and was able to take profits up here along the way. Didn't make quite as much risk factors on this trade, was able to lock in 1.85 risk factors. Okay, so really being patient for the day and allowing these last trades to run. All said and done, I was able to finish off at a 50% win rate, have an average RR of 2.53 on my wins, and ended up 6.1 risk factors at a 50% win rate. Now, this day could have been way more colossal. I forced some trades out of the jump a little bit, so wasn't my proudest day, but still pulled off a nice return in the end, which is good. So I'm pretty happy with the way the day turned out. If you're still here, make sure you hit the like button on the video. Subscribe if you want to watch more of this. If you want any of the indicators that I show here, make sure you follow me on Instagram, DM me the word tools. I'll send it over to you. That's basically it, guys. So until next time, I will see you all in the next video.